Good morning. Welcome to Uncle Joe's farm. I'm Uncle Joe. This is my garden. The summer's winding down and the garden doesn't need some serious work, so I thought I'd just bring you along while I try to get it taken care of. So my flowers over here are getting pretty wild. I think we need a bouquet, but that's really pretty far down on the list of priorities. But they are just so beautiful. I can cut that. Maybe I'll cut that sunflower head and dry it. All right, these tomatoes are looking rough, but I'm pretty sure these will still ripen even if the whole plant looks dead before we know it. So I've got some to harvest. Some to probably rip out. This guy will get ripped out. This guy may get ripped out after I pull off those couple of Dr. Weiches I have left. I've got a couple sunflowers here. I need to cut the heads off to hang up and rip that guy out. I've got 3 Brussels sprout plants here. They're looking rough. I planted them in the spring, realizing I probably shouldn't have done that now, but you learn. They've gone through several infestations of worms. There's lots of worm poop in there, so that's lovely. But I'm gonna hope that they still produce. We've got some right here. It's just not doing so well. That's not a great Brussels sprout. But yeah, this guy hasn't formed any. So maybe I will pull him out. We do have a couple little watermelons here. I just don't think that they're gonna get to maturity before the whole thing dies. But I can pull off some of this. I'm not sure. And I don't know what this is. Is this blight? Is this bacterial wilt? Is it like, it's clearly the same thing as the tomatoes are dealing with really badly. So let me know. And he's now starting to form a whole nother shoot there. So I don't know. I may try to hang this guy, support him, and let him go. I've got a little guy here. And an itty bitty guy right here. On the other side, I've already ripped up the cucumbers. My peppers are getting huge, and I've got some flowers, but they haven't been producing peppers in a while. But maybe I'm about to get a second round of them. Oh yeah, we've got a whole bunch of little guys coming up here. These right here, I believe, are the North, what is it, King of the North? They haven't been working very well for me. I'll get them, but they're supposed to turn red when they're ripe, and they always get bugs in them before they turn red. So I haven't had any of that work great, and they don't taste very good when they're green. But these purple peppers over here, I've got Zulu pepper. They're purple. They're delicious. Well, that one, well, that's a sad day. Here's a guy. Let's just go ahead and pull him off. I may need, aha. These guys are really good. They're very thin though. The actual meat of it is very thin, but they are good. Hello, kitty. I've got one jalapeno plant here that I got a nice big harvest off of one time. Here we go. Yeah, we're getting another second round. This is lovely. I made jalapeno poppers. Oh, there we go. We've got a few. I've been clearly been neglecting the garden for a little while, but I got a really big, nice harvest of jalapeno peppers. I made poppers one night and they were so good. They were so good. All right. So the peppers will probably leave. I might pull up those King of the North peppers just because they're not giving me anything I want anyway. Over here, I've just started this morning pulling off some of these butternut squash. I've got a few more to cut, and we'll get those curing. They're looking really good. I think this is another butternut squash that just came up after I pulled the rest of the squash out. This entire bed and this entire area all around here was nothing but squash vines till I pulled them all out. So we'll do that. I think it's time to rip up this marigold. It's fallen over anyway. This is another, yeah, this butternut squash really took off once I got rid of the other squash that was in here, but they're not gonna have time to produce, I don't think, so I think I'm just gonna rip them up. Pull these guys out. My poor pumpkin plant. I got one good sized pumpkin who got ripped off of the stem. I'll see if I can salvage that little guy over there. We've got some more squash hiding in the grass. I'll finally be able, I see more over there, finally be able to, or Charlie will finally be able to mow this part of the yard now that I've gotten most of the squash up. Oh, my heart. I just got so excited. Look. There's a little lemon. Here's another one, but it's still green. I don't know how long they're supposed to stay green or turn yellow. No idea. But it's my little lemon tree. Let's see. Anyway, coming over here. I did a couple weeks ago just start some new, I think these are zucchini and a summer squash, and that one's maybe not making it. Just to get another round of these in before the season's over. So we've got some work. Oh, I did forgot to mention I have basil and cilantro here, and I did ignore, I may let these radishes go to seed over here, so I'm going to break these open and replant the radishes and get them going. So here's what I got for tomato harvest. That's a lot more than I expected, really. These tomatoes I have, these are purple bumblebees. They're really, I don't know if you can see them. They're really beautiful. These are black cherry, not so pretty, so delicious. And then the yellow ones are Dr. Wychees. They're all heirloom varieties from Baker Creek. So next year I will definitely be still growing these black cherries and the Dr. Wychees, and I will get into more varieties. There's just too many to choose from. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe chop some of these sunflowers. This is the most satisfying part of pulling sunflowers. Sunflowers are actually, what's the word? I want to say like a pseudo flower or something like that I read. And that this is actually not one flower. All of these little guys are individual flowers, which is why, makes sense why there's bees are just crawling all over them, because each of these little yellow guys, holy, you scared me. Go away. Each of those little guys is a flower, so this is so fun. Yes, and the seeds are below them. I probably could have waited a little bit longer, but we're still gonna try it out. I've heard you're supposed to wait till the back is more yellow, and this is definitely green, but let's see if the other ones are yellow. Okay, these definitely have a yellow back of the head, so that's nice. And the seeds maybe look more developed. I'm not sure. But they've got more color to them, whereas the other one is all white. That one's all white. It's a lot more of that, stripiness. So I'm gonna hang these to dry. Okay, I'm gonna get this butternut squash cut, take it inside so I can wash it so we can store it for the winter. That's why I grow food, right? To have food. Not just watch it grow, even though it is pretty. I need to get it inside before it goes bad. Oh, let's go. Okay, so this is interesting. This is the only squash that did this, but it was out in the grass, like way out in the grass, and it's like, there's dirt on it too, but it's like scabbed. I wonder if it'll be good. Maybe not good for storage, but maybe good to eat sooner rather than later. I'm gonna save them still. I don't think it's disease. I'll say that, and there's black leaves on here, but yeah, we'll see. Let's come over here. I think now I'm wanting to, I just love seeing my cats outside, especially the old one. She doesn't go outside unless I make her, or if she thinks she can kill something really quick. Anywho, so I'm thinking I'm going to rip out a few of these pepper plants. Okay, so I'm gonna rip out some of these pepper plants, just the King of the North peppers, because they haven't gotten me a single decent pepper this whole time. So it's hard to when you can see little peppers on there, but they have yet to get to maturity and it's about to start cooling down. It's already started cooling down. So I'm gonna leave the Zulu peppers, those purple ones, because they're really good. And I'm gonna leave the jalapenos, because if I can get another round of those and make some jalapeno poppers, I'm gonna be happy. Here we go. Okay, all right, we got a few peppers. The green one I'll just give to the chickens because they just don't taste good. Hold on. No, they don't taste good at all. Ew. Okay, so down here, this is where my cucumbers were. I pulled them off a few weeks ago. I think I'm just gonna brush aside the straw and crack open my radish seeds in here, see how that goes. It'll be my first time saving a seed and planting it and getting it to grow. So hopefully it actually grows. All those little pods have the seeds in them. So let's see if we can, okay. Open it up. Can you see the little seeds? There's a few of them in all the pods. So I'm just gonna start breaking them open and dropping them down here. And let's see if Mother Nature will do her thing. Okay, sun is out, it's hot, but I just went out to clean out the garden. Ended up with quite the harvest. I guess that's what happens in the fall when you start ignoring your garden. There's a lot out there that you don't know about. So I've got a ton of these tomatoes. Some are still green, but you know. Again, I've got these beautiful purple bumblebee tomatoes. I love these guys, they're just so pretty. And a bunch of these black cherry tomatoes. These are my favorite to snack on that I've grown this year. I grew some Paul Robesons. They got destroyed pretty quickly. I've got a bunch of these Dr. Witches, I don't know, but lots of tomatoes. Ooh. Got 3 nice sunflower heads. These are the last 3 of the big guys for the season. I'll tie these up and hang them somewhere. My first batch I put in the basement, and a few of them got kind of moldy. We had a big flood and the basement flooded about an inch or 2. So I'm gonna try hanging these up just to be sure they don't get moldy, and see what I can do about maybe roasting some and maybe replanting some for next year. But they're so pretty. Look at them. All right. Speaking of hanging things, I've got a ton of radish pods. So I'm gonna hang these up with those. Let those dry and plant some more. Now, before I sit on another egg like I've already done, I'm gonna go grab a few more eggs. And then got 3 of these purple Zulu peppers. That one's got a little hole in it, but these guys taste really good. They have really thin walls, so there's not a lot of substance in them, but cut a hole in it up and put it in a salad. Then what I really came out to get was all of these butternut squash. This is the only pumpkin I'm probably gonna get all year, but that's okay. And it came off of a volunteer, so don't even know what it is. I didn't plant it. I just got this house a year ago, and this was already in their garden space, so that's lovely. Some of these may not be totally ready. This guy, he's still almost a little greenish yellow, but I will get a towel with some vinegar, wipe these guys off, clean them, and let them out, lay them out to cure, and then we can store them for the winter, probably just in this basket. We do have, this was our first pumpkin to form on that vine, and the stem broke off, so he's not gonna last, but the chickens are gonna love this, so we'll cut this open and the chickens will eat it. And that's it. All right, that's all I got for today. I feel really good about having some radishes planted. You can see right here I've got some lettuce greens up on the deck. Maybe I can get some of those down on the ground. They seem to do a lot better in the ground than they do up on the porch, but I keep trying. I have got some Brussels sprouts started inside, and I'm hoping to get some broccoli started too. I'm hoping I'm not too late to get those in the ground for the fall. It's already starting to cool off a little bit, but it's definitely very much still summer. It is September 4th, maybe, something like that. So hope I've got a little more time. I'm gonna get these things put away. I will hopefully keep you guys updated on what happens next out in the garden. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you later.